What's going on, everybody? The Wild Boys are back. I am joined by Logan and Uncle Kev, and we're back for another Cinephellas podcast. This is Cinephellas podcast episode 171, and we've got a lot of movies and TV to talk about it, so let's get right to it, boys.
Well, we're coming up to Thanksgiving week here, so it's going to be the release of the holiday movie season. Of course, two big movies came out this past weekend, Gladiator 2, and of course, Wicked came out. Didn't see Wicked, but checking out Gladiator 2, super excited for this. Worried going into the movie theater. The first movie is really, pretty perfect movie, start to finish, and I was worried how they're gonna, have a sequel all these years later, how it's all gonna work out. But I was pleasantly surprised. Paul Mescal was incredible. The entire cast is incredible. Pedro Pascal as well. This goes on and on. Great action, set pieces, CGI. Yeah, and really had a great time with it.
A well done, like, legacy sequel, much like Top Gun Maverick, and that sort of reverence for the first one, but not trying to be the exact same thing. Um, we'll say that appreciated all the performances. Paul Mescal, I had never really seen him in anything before. Know that he's an up and coming actor, but yeah, really enjoyed his performance in this. He's not just trying to copy and be the same thing Russell Crowe was from the first film. It's a totally different thing. His backstory is similar to Maximus from the first. The wife's killed, so that's kind of the same thing about it, but otherwise it's a totally different journey here. We have a bunch of people joining the cast. Pedro Pascal, and then we have a couple emperors who were really great characters and kind of like jesters too. Fred Hershinger and our good mate Joseph Quinn, and I thought they were both terrific. You're cheering for them to get brutalized throughout the whole thing, but you're also enjoying their performance at the same time. But yeah, everything was great. Even the CGI, everything looked really great. There's even a scene where they fill the Coliseum with water, and there's like sharks. So
That's so awesome.
whoever gets knocked off the boats that they have out there gets eaten by sharks. So definitely some really awesome scenes in the Coliseum this time, and some memorable gore too.
Yeah, that whole scene at the Coliseum with the sharks was my favorite scene in the movie. I'm like, how did they fill this up? How did they fill the Coliseum? Sharks and stuff. It doesn't matter. And the boats and ships are crashing into one another. It's so awesome. Like being in the theater, wouldn't have that same experience watching this at home. It's definitely a movie I have to see in the big screen with the surround sound and everything. It's super epic. And of course, Denzel Washington was really still in the show with this movie playing a villain. He was incredible.
Yeah, the villain was really cool. You're kind of questioning his motives throughout the whole thing. I really liked his arc and his story. It went to an unexpected place. But yeah, he was really great. He's chewing scenery as per usual, but it's like authentic, and he's taking it seriously. And I liked his scenes with Paul Mescal. They were both great together. But yeah, overall, a really worthy sequel. Is it as good as part one? No, but it's definitely a worthy follow up, and awesome to see that Ridley can still do his thing.
Yeah, Joseph Quinn and Fred, right said Fred. I thought they were incredible. I didn't know if they were supposed to be Joaquin Phoenix's like kids or whatever, but they're basically the same character. Did the thumbs up and thumbs down, cartoonish at time, evil. I thought they stole the show too, and I loved Connie Nielsen's facelift in this movie. Unrecognizable. Return as the same character.
So Uncle Kev saw Wicked, so he's gonna about to provide everybody with his thoughts, and I've heard a lot of good buzz going in, so
Yeah.
I'm assuming you had a good time.
Yeah, before we start, all right, Paul Mescal, man, he's a great actor. He was in two movies last year, All of Us Strangers, which I thought was an incredible movie. It was actually on my top 10 last year. Check it out. And you guys never seen After Sun? He was nominated for that, for Best Actor.
Haven't seen it.
Yeah, I
Need to.
should check it out. He's
Okay.
really good. I can't wait to see where he goes. But as far as Wicked, I walked in there blind. Usually how I was talking to Logan before we started. Even though Broadway's an hour away from me, I'm not really a Broadway guy. I'll go, but movies are up here. Broadway's probably here. But I thought it was cool. I liked it. It was grand. It was epic. John Chu, I thought, did a hell of a job staging everything. Ariana Grande and Cynthia, I forgot her last name. Do you guys know?
Irvo.
Rivero or something? I think
Irvo or Ivero, yeah, one of those.
I love them. They were both great. Ariana Grande was funny. I She was kind of mimicking Kristen Chenoweth because that's who played this role in the original one. I thought it was a little long, and I asked my friend who I went with because she's a huge fan of the show. I'm like, is the first act of this really like 2.5 hours? She's like, no, they added a lot of stuff, but it's interesting, a little long. But I thought the visuals were too like candy coated, but it kind of fit the world. So I'll give a pass on that one. I'm gonna go into more about it in my review, but I recommend it. It's grand, it's epic, and it's really well done.
Were you in the theater? We're like, ah! Dance around.
Thank God. No, because I've heard a lot of theaters people are like singing. No one
Yeah, I
sang.
saw that.
Oh, thank God.
Statement
That
from
would ruin
AMC
it.
saying, please don't dance around and sing.
Yeah.
So that's what I
Yeah.
thought of.
Everyone clapped. It was a hell of a
Uh-huh.
ride, but no singing. Thank God.
And this is the first part of two, right? Isn't there another one?
Yeah. So basically, this is according to my friend, this is the first act of the play, and now we're in the intermission now, and next year will be the second act. And there are clues about how it ties into the Wizard of Oz, and who us Michelle Yeoh was very good in it. I liked her. I liked Jeff Goldblum was the wizard. He was cool. And who else was in it? Forgot. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. But overall, good movie. Definitely check it out. If you hate musicals, don't bother. But if you could stomach it, try it.
We were going to try to squeeze it in the next few days, but it's not going to happen. So we'll definitely watch it after Thanksgiving. It's a longer movie too, right? It's like 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours, yes.
Okay, so 3 hours at the movie theater, then with trailers. Yeah, I'll try to watch it this weekend. I'm interested. I know nothing about it. Wizard of Oz, obviously, but nothing about this. So
see it on the biggest screen possible. I wish I saw it on a bigger screen.
IMAX.
Yeah, I wish I saw it on IMAX. Yeah, very
The
cool.
last time I saw like a Oz movie was the Sam Raimi one. Yeah. So it's definitely better than that, you'd say. So that's good news.
Oh yeah, it blows it.
Yeah. Good. We'll check it out too.
Well, that really kind of goes into our next question we're going to be covering tonight in our podcast. Talking about Wicked, Wicked Witch of the West. Best female villains. There's a lot of good ones out there. Obviously, the Wicked Witch of the West, would be up there for top female villains that comes to mind. What are some other ones? Maybe Annie Wilkes in Misery. Kathy Bates.
That's a great one.
Comes to mind. What a phenomenal movie. I think she won an Oscar for that role too.
Did you like Lizzie Kaplan's performance? And I thought it was good in Castle Rock.
I was so bummed that Castle Rock got canceled. I really enjoyed, the first 2 seasons they had, 3 seasons. Yeah, I thought she was great as a young Annie Wilkes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Lena Headey from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And she played the villain in Judge Dredd, Mama.
Yeah,
that's right.
That was an awesome role. I love that movie. Thought she was great. I had to actually watch that again. It's been a long time.
Cersei, she was incredible in that role. She was such a bad person. All the Lannisters really were, except Tyrion, but she was great in that show for sure.
Yeah, Lena Headey's great. I first saw her in the Terminator, what was it called? Terminator, Sarah Connor Chronicles. That's right. Yeah, she played Sarah on that. So that's where I first saw her. And then Game of Thrones. And like you mentioned, she was great in Dread too. She's awesome at being bad. Let's see. I'd say probably Harley Quinn. She's a badass female villain. I don't know what they were trying to do with Lady Gaga's version. They should have let her go a little crazy. And, there should have been some scenes with the big mallets, give us something. That was the problem with that movie. There wasn't enough. It was just,
that was one of the problems with that movie.
Yeah, for sure. One of a whole list of them. Yes, but I would have liked to seen that. But Harley Quinn. I liked Margot Robbie's performance, even though those films weren't great. I thought she was great, and just imagine if she had a good director and somebody that was taking it serious. It would be awesome. I'm sure.
What about Catwoman, Michelle Pfeiffer? She was awesome. It's like one of the best Catwomans we've ever gotten, next to the original TV show.
Did you like Kravitz or no?
No, not really. Not in that role.
Yeah. Okay.
It's always gonna be Michelle Pfeiffer for me.
Not Harry Berry?
No.
I didn't even watch that one, but
I think I watched like half of it, turned it off.
Awful.
It was bad.
Yeah. Even the costume was bad. Anne Hathaway wasn't bad, but I mean, it wasn't really Catwoman. I mean, she kind of, but it was different in Nolan's world, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
The suit was
Yeah.
nice.
I'm gonna shout out Glenn Close in Fatal Attraction. Great performance.
One of the best. Yeah.
Yeah, she was.
That's,
incredible.
very memorable. Yeah, she was crazy. Scary. Yeah. That was really good. Good pull on that.
I mean, like animated villains, Maleficent comes to mind, Cruella de Vil, one of the most
Disney
iconic
with all the
villains. Yeah, they had some really great villains. The Evil Queen.
Oh, what's her name? Rosamund Pike in Gone Girl.
Yeah.
Good psychotic performance.
Yeah, that was a good one too, for sure.
She was nuttier than squirrel shit in that movie.
Well, yeah, but she was so goddamn good in that movie. I love that performance. She should have won that year, not Julianne Moore.
Agreed.
I know. I'm trying to deep dive. I know
Jason
all the.
Voorhees' mom, Pamela
Yes.
Voorhees.
Oh, yeah.
Friday the
There you go.
13th.
Yep.
Oh, Nurse Ratched from When It Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That's a good one.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a good call.
Would you consider Regina George a villain? No, from Mean Girls. I thought she was good.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Rachel McAdams.
Yeah.
She was
She's
great.
the villain of that movie for sure.
way better than whoever the hell who was in the musical.
Oh, in Tarantino's Kill Bill, Daryl Hannah's character with the eye patch.
Yes,
Good villain throughout those. Yeah.
I thought they were all good action. Vivica Fox and
Yeah.
Lucy too. Yeah, I thought that
A
was
lot of good.
Yeah, it's a good call. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, I always like Helena Bonham Carter. I liked her as in Harry Potter movies. I thought she was good.
Beatrix.
Yeah, Beatrix Lestrange. Yep,
Yes.
she was great. A bunch of other movies too. I think with like Tim Burton. What about the Sidekick and Terrifier?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Can't think of
Pretty
her name.
damn. Yeah. Scary.
Especially with the Shard of Glass.
Oh God.
Yeah, the
Brutal.
next topic's pretty interesting. I don't remember who brought this up, but if we're able to design a popcorn bucket or a container, this is you, Kev?
Yeah, it's me.
Great idea. For movie past or present, describe the design. Go ahead, Kev.
All right, so going back to Dredd, I think having Dredd's helmet would be badass as a helmet, as a popcorn holder.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. And while we're at it, make a popcorn bin out of the box from Seven with the head in it. Yes.
Good
Yeah.
call.
Put a little blood on the side.
What's in the box? Yeah. That's perfect.
Yeah, those are my
That'd be
two.
awesome.
I'm gonna read off
That's a good
Niall's
call.
one. Niall couldn't make it tonight, wasn't feeling well, but he had an idea for this. First popcorn bucket. You do a Scarface one with Tony's famous death scene with the cocaine, but it's popcorn. Hell yeah, Niall. Great call. And Jules from Pulp Fiction with his afro being where the popcorn is.
There you go.
I like it. Good call. I got Tarantino here, and then of course Scarface. You guys may have guessed mine, but I'm gonna say it anyways. Guess the movie. You think of me, and this is one movie you think of.
Lost Boys.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So it's gonna be like the box of rice or noodles,
Yeah.
worms and maggots, but popcorn. That'd be my.
That would be great.
Came to mind right away when I read this question. I'm like, that's one thing I would make and buy.
Hell yeah. That's a really good call. Damn, I'm trying to think of something Scorsese. I mean, there's
have one for
obvious
you.
like a. Okay. Yeah, let's hear it.
The shine box.
There. Yes.
Go get your
Perfect.
shine box, Tommy.
Yes. I was trying to think of an object. I just kept going back to like pistols and
Yeah.
yeah, that's perfect. The shine box. Yes. That would be
Hey,
awesome.
Because I'm just looking at your movie posters behind you.
Uh-huh.
So
Oh,
the DeLorean, like the
yeah.
the top of the popcorn, just like that.
That'd be great. Yeah. Perfect. What else? Risky business. I don't know. Let's see. What would be in that one? The Ray-Bans, like the glasses pop up. Porsche.
Yeah. The big one.
I got it. I picked that up on Criterion and watched it last night. It's really good. I hadn't watched it since a long ass time ago, but cool movie. And it came with that poster.
Oh, duh. I'm thinking of Color of Money, not Risky.
Yeah, you're thinking of the one with Newman.
Yeah. What about They Live? The sunglasses. Like,
Oh, perfect.
I don't
Yep.
know, somehow.
Rocky, like a boxing glove, of course, like the
Yes.
American one. And yep.
He didn't. He's like, keep punching.
Right. Keep punching.
Halloween, like a pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they've already done the Scream one. Jason Voorhees, if they ever make another one, could easily make a bucket with the mask or machete or.
A lot of good ones. So if Hollywood's listening, reach out to us. We'll design it or in movie theaters. Design some popcorn buckets, make a bunch of money with these delusional brains.
I liked how, the Deadpool and Wolverine buckets like inspired, uh, you know, well, they were inspired by what was the movie I'm thinking of that like first started the popcorn? Well, Dune, of course, they had that
Dude,
bucket
the sand
that
one.
was really big. And then, yeah, it seemed like once that kicked off, then we started to get a bunch of these, which is fun. I wish my theater had them. I'd collect them.
Oh, it's not a movie, but John Cena's helmet from Peacemaker.
Any movie with a helmet or, the Predator, they could even do
Oh
the
yeah.
Predator one. Um, Alien. Alien has one though,
Yeah,
didn't one
yeah,
of the
they have.
xenomorphs? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, would be a cool one that I would love to see that they'll never make would be a Goonies inspired one, like a pirate ship. But then there's popcorn, and then you got the jewels and gold and everything. One Eyed
Yeah.
Willie. That'd be awesome. I'd pay for
Treasure
that.
chest.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
treasure chest or the pirate ship or whatever.
Oh, for Niall, this is for you, Niall. If you're listening to this, have a gigantic bust of Medea's head.
Sandlot, like a baseball where
Yes.
the top pops up. Lord of the Rings would be perfect. Bunch of iconography from that movie that you could use. Varsity Blues, like a football movie, obviously a football shaped. A beer, you could have like a beer mug for some movie. I don't know.
Oh, Truman Show, the gigantic thing he lives in.
Oh yeah, that would be a good one.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, obviously, like a turkey or pie or something, something to go along with the theme.
Oh wait, for Trump's movie, The Apprentice, it was just Trump's head. You open up that toupee.
Right.
Perfect for Cinephellas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking just flops off and you get popcorn out of it. Good call.
Oh, the monkey from Raiders of the Lost Ark. They eat the monkey brains
Oh, the brain.
instead of brains as popcorn.
That would work. And there's a movie coming out, The Monkey, with Theo James. It's
Osgood.
Jordan Peele's company. But yeah, it's like a horror remake with a monkey. I don't know, that one might have the monkey brains too. What would they do? What would they use for the substance? I was just thinking of that because there's a lot of gore and craziness and cool artwork.
The
A
vial.
syringe.
The vial, yeah.
Yeah, the bag. Otherwise, you'd be Demi Moore at the very end of the movie.
Oh yeah, like something out of the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the next question, I think Bob was one that sent this. Biggest ignored red flags or problems in movies and movies that really just didn't age well. Wes Bentley and American Beauty, like the guy next door, he's got the video camera. Big red flag. I think you're beautiful. And he's just always recording the family. I'm like, what? I remember seeing that, 98, whenever it came out, and just like, no, that's weird. Um, that's one that comes to mind. Another watching Twilight with Molly all the time is Edward Cullen. He's always like stalking Bella and staring at her and all creepy. She's like, I love you. You know they're great. You know they're great choices.
Oh no, those were fine. I'm just thinking about seeing Twilight again. That was
It's a constant spin at the Myers house.
Which one is the most watched? Which number? Which
Probably the first one. First
First
one's got the
one, okay.
best soundtrack.
Whatever
Yeah.
one he can pause when Taylor Lautner takes the shirt off. Part two.
No, mine's Jasper. Jackson Rathbone.
We're leaving this in.
On the
hell
next
yeah.
Twilight
Yeah.
podcast, we have
I remember there was a line in Twilight. I think it was the last one when she's pregnant. Is that the one? She's like dying, not dying, but she's sick because the body's
yeah,
not.
because there's a fucking vampire.
And I remember Jacob comes into the room and like, comforts her, like squats down next to her as she's lying on the couch, and then he turns around to Edward, and Edward, he's like, you did this. And I remember just dying laughing in the theater when he said that. But of course he did it.
Oh man. I've
uh,
seen all of them in the theater too.
Me too.
uh, and I haven't seen one of them, honestly.
You're not
Uh,
not
I
missing
just
much.
never watched them.
Well, even if I
Yeah, I
put
don't
it
know.
in, you'd fall asleep 15 minutes in.
Yeah, I would. You're right. Definitely for that one,
Yeah.
especially so.
Twilight.
I got
For sure.
I got blank check.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anything.
Great.
Yeah.
Come
Jeez.
on. She's like
Listen, I
30.
thought that was amazing. I'm like, good for him. Good for him.
Yeah, we were all
Character
that
is hot as hell in that movie.
Mhm.
age when movie came out, and we're like, can that happen to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, she actually kissed the 12-year-old kid on the lips. That's
It's
insane.
wild. Yeah, I was gonna say that. I was gonna say if you look back to movies, like '90s and before, like the stereotypic man, the husband who just smacks the wife or just treats them like shit. Like a lot of those old like '70s, '80s movies, you have like Steve McQueen backhanding a girl or it's just a lot of violence towards women back in the day. They didn't care. So obviously, when you're watching that now, you're like, Jesus, just does not age well and is terrible.
Yeah, thinking about that, I mean, some of those, movies that didn't age well, American Pie comes to mind. Maybe not for me, but like for younger generation, they'll be like, feel offended by it.
Not, yeah,
The
just a
webcam, a
different,
guy
yeah,
banging a pie. I mean, everything in the movies.
right.
Definitely,
But growing up in it, it didn't seem weird at the time. It was just kind of normal. Yeah,
they're just raunchy comedy, but
exactly.
16 Candles, they got the panties and
Yeah, a
Long
lot of
Duck
the Hughes
Dong.
movies.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, a
that
lot of those Hughes movies. Yeah.
It didn't age well, but of course, I still love them. They're classics, but
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Revenge of the Nerds. Oh, and one that comes to mind, one of my favorites, Audrey Hepburn movies, Breakfast at Tiffany's. Mickey Rooney, not Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rooney playing the Asian guy.
Jeez. Or John Wayne
1960s.
playing Genghis Khan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh wait, the Richard Pryor movie. The toy when he
Oh,
Yeah.
owns the little kid owns him. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
There's plenty of them. Just can't
Yeah.
think of any specifically.
yeah, I mean, just the entire decade, 80s and 90s.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely 80s and 90s. They
Oh,
really went all out.
so many raunchy comedies, both times, 80s and 90s. Too many to name, but yeah, a lot didn't really age well. A lot of the guys always beating their wives or girlfriends, so like there's no big
Yeah.
deal. Like, wow. Oh yeah, the one that Bob gave was Dirty Dancing. Johnny was
Yeah.
25 and Baby was 16. The parents should have been concerned. It was
Oh,
unbelievable.
what about what you were just showing, Henry? Risky Business.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Dealing with him calling the call girl and yeah, being a high school student trying to get into college.
Wait, I've actually never seen that movie.
But it's really well done. The music's great. You haven't seen it? Yeah, definitely check it out. It's awesome. Tom Cruise is this? I'm trying to think if it was his very first one or yeah.
The
Well,
Outsiders
no, this is
was.
his breakthrough anyway. So yeah, one of the first. But yeah, it's a good movie. You'll have to see the subject matter. Rebecca De Mornay is in it. Bronson Pinchot's in it too, as like his friend, one of his friends.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, yeah, it's good. You'll like it. It's a well done movie. A famous scene, of course, where he's dancing in his underwear to Bob Seger.
The next topic we have here, last is red flags, but this is most hated movie and or TV tropes or both. There's plenty of tropes out there, especially talking about the 80s and 90s, right? All the movies back then. There's always the hot rich jock guy that's with a girl and he treats her like shit. There's always that dorky guy that's all sensitive and is in love with that girl until she finally wakes up and leaves the said jock guy for the geek. Every John Hughes movie, 80s and 90s movies.
There was a movie though that basically turned that upside down on its head. the geek basically looks like he was going to get the girl, but the girl goes back with the jock at the end, and he walks in on them making out, and he leaves the party, and that's the end of the movie.
Yeah,
The
it's
Last
definitely.
American Virgin.
Who was in it? Who starred in it?
No one familiar.
Oh, so it subverted the trope there.
Yeah, and
That's
I've
cool.
always respected that movie because when I first saw that, I'm like, holy shit, they actually did it. They did what happens in real life
In
sometimes.
real life, yeah.
Yeah, the girl goes back with the asshole. I respected it.
We talked about this throughout the entire month of October. The old ass actors playing teenagers in every movie, their
Yeah.
30s and 40s, especially back
That's
then.
oh yeah. That was a big trope of the back in the day, especially older actors trying to play teenagers and watching those movies back, you can tell they're obviously like mid to late 20s at the youngest. That's a big trope.
Well, they're De Niro and the Irishman. Looking,
Right.
they're supposed to be 19, looking 40.
Yeah,
CGI.
exactly. Gosh. Ugh. Did you watch Here? Was the CGI any better in that?
It's it's all right. It's a mech. It's like he covers his flaws with technology. But I like that movie. But I understand why no one liked it because you gotta like you know if you're gonna tolerate the method that whole movie does, like it doesn't move in that one spot into the last 25 seconds of the movie, and you're gonna immediately know if you buy into it or not. But I bought into it. But it was cool. Like
Hopefully I will.
he looked like Tom Hanks from Big.
That's crazy. Wow.
And he was saying in an interview that he had to move and it was hard because he's in his 60s now, and he had to move with youth when they were younger.
I don't know. I listened to one. It was Conan. I think they were talking about that Conan O'Brien podcast that
Yeah,
he was on. Yeah. I want to check it out. It looks interesting to me. I like when the directors try something different. Sounds pretty interesting.
they're not the main parts of that movie. They don't come into a half an hour. Robin Wright and
Mm.
Tom Hanks.
I kind of heard the gist of it. Like it's basically like the camera set up and then basically, and then you're watching like a building go around it.
Yeah,
And
see
yeah,
that
so
spot from like the time before human civilization and everything up until yeah. It's hard to explain. What I would have to sit here for 5 minutes. I don't want to do that, but
right.
it's a cool
I'll check it
concept.
out.
Yeah.
What about the trope where the best friend of the bully, they're always like, stupid. They're always knuckleheads, like in Harry Potter with Malfoy, from Mean Girls, like you were mentioning earlier.
Back to the Future.
Karen.
Yeah, because they never really
Yeah,
stick
Back to
up
the
to
Future.
they never
Exactly.
really stick up to the main bully because they're just stupid. They're afraid. They're like, yeah, that's a great idea. Horror. There's so many of them. There's, the killers going after them. They trip every time. The killer's barely walking super slow. They always catch up to him somehow, cut him off in a different way. There's so many tropes. I tripped over nothing. No. Out in
Right.
the woods,
For
tripped
no reason.
over their own feet.
I was gonna say, like in shows, especially like sitcoms and stuff, the main characters they always live like in this unbelievably
Yeah.
awesome place, and what salary do they have where they can afford to live like that in like New York or wherever
Friends.
they're supposed to be? Yeah, exactly. Friends, a big one.
Well, from you guys, your section, Married with Children, he's a shoe salesman.
Yeah.
And he wakes up in to a house.
I know. Back in the day, I was like, man, how much do shoe salesmen make? They must make bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Full House in San Francisco. Yeah, right.
Even if it was a full house, yeah, they'd all have to
Yeah.
pay what, a grand each at least.
Always what it was for me was Home Alone. I'm like, no way. Like, damn, that
Yeah.
guy must make a lot of money.
Yeah. He did a good job of like, portraying that kind of swagger from somebody that would be all like, yeah, I do make, six figures. I always had business, was always, like, oh, we got to go here and travel here. And just forgets his son, Kevin.
You've seen The Sopranos because the father from Home Alone was in Sopranos.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
that's
played
where he
the
was working for
sleazy
Yeah.
Tony.
detective.
And I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like, yeah, this is where he gets the money. Working with Tony.
I
It all
love
makes
it.
sense now.
Yeah.
Babies. That's another one. Babies being born very easily. I know you guys got kids, and it probably wasn't one, two, three like that. Probably took a long time for your children to be born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never,
It's yeah.
never that easy.
Yeah,
A little bit more difficult, yeah, for sure. A lot more goes into it. But yeah, then, audience doesn't want to sit there and watch the whole process either. So and the women bounce right back.
yeah. And the baby's clean. Oh, back to horror. Just like the basically the sudden jump scare and the music, like someone moving into frame like that. Yeah,
Yes.
If it's done effectively, it still gets me. But yeah, some movies try to go over the top with it. It's like, okay,
yeah,
now there's no tension here, and I'm expecting it.
Another one is they always run upstairs instead of outside or downstairs. They're getting chased. They're like, "Oh, go upstairs." Scream comes to mind. I just watched that Nightmare on Elm Street. Getting chased. How about you go through the front door and jump through the window?
the ugly girl turning into a hot girl by just basically taking the glasses off, taking the ponytail out. That's another one.
Not another teen movie.
Yeah, I thought
She's
that's a
all that.
miracle worker.
I've got one. I noticed two in movies. Like the teacher. Like it's a classroom setting with high schoolers, whatever. Turn to page, whatever. And then the bell rings. All right, get your homework done. Like there's no planning. They don't pay
Yeah,
attention. It's just like open your book to blah blah blah. And then the bell rings and they have to get out.
yeah,
Movies. A lot of comedies do it.
I don't know. I'd say some of the like moments in movies where they just like play music like to try to advance what's going on the screen for like no reason at all, and it doesn't work, and you're just like, come on. Like just the worst time to play like some sappy song to get you invested in this shitty movie that it's been up until this point. But then they throw on something to try to get you in the good graces of the movie, but it doesn't work. It's terrible.
What about the hero of the movie? It always gets the girl at the end. Every movie.
What about All Being a Dream? Would you consider that one a
Yeah.
trope?
Yeah, at this point, yeah, a lot of movies have done that now. I don't know, the trope in horror movies especially too, where, you know, the killer's reveal basically and it being some unbelievable scenario.
Completely unbelievable.
Yeah.
And
Just
yeah,
like,
him explaining it for like 5 minutes too.
yeah. And this is how it happened. Yeah. And the movie's like cutting back and forth and trying to make you believe it.
I like how they always portray like hackers in movies. It's like not even remotely close. Like swordfish, I remember back in the day, or hackers. I'm like, no.
They always
Even
come up on a motorcycle and have a backpack and all
even
shiny and
leather jacket or something. And how they portray IT people too. It's like, no, it's just a bunch of stoners. But how they're like hacking, it just always made me laugh out loud. Like, not even close.
I just remember the John Connor in Terminator where it has the like card hooked to the cables on the end that like plugs into it.
Now you can just have an app on your phone that does that. Thinking of like TV, right? Like sitcoms back in the day, we brought up Full House. TV tropes is where they always have some sort of conflict or get an argument over something they always make up at the end of the episode. Like Full House is Saved by the Bell. Home Improvement, Tim always messing up and apologizing to Jill, and they make up at the end. That's kind of one that comes to mind in television.
Ever see the Goldbergs?
Yes, not all of them, but I have seen it.
Yeah, that like every episode, Beverly is 100% wrong, but it takes her 20 minutes to figure that out in the episode.
I mean, that's what they've been doing in TV for 60 years, right?
Yeah.
The formula, it works. They just keep using it. One that I noticed too, especially watching Taylor Sheridan shows recently, Landman and Tulsa King. There's always a car that like flips over a fucking mountain 100,000 times and then it just come out unscathed. Nothing's wrong with it now. They should have been impaled and dead 30 times already, but they're fine. Just happened in Tulsa King. Car or the truck blew up and
Did you
guy
see
had
Michael Beach? Yeah.
yeah. Got the truck blows up. He's in it. He just had like a little burn on his face. I'm like, no, he would have been blown up into pieces. That's one that always like action, especially Taylor Sheridan shows recently. Yellowstone too, same thing.
How was that show with Billy Bob Thornton?
I watched, yeah, we
Good
watched
so
the
far.
first two. Really, yeah, really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
He's politically incorrect in that show, right? He says really crazy stuff. That's what I heard.
Yes,
everybody
yes,
is. Yeah,
yes.
the
Everyone is.
daughter especially. Yeah.
The oil business in Texas. Just that's all you need to know.
Okay. I like that he has his own little side, like bunch of stuff. Taylor Sheridan.
His own universe, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and this guy over here pretty much watch every one of them except Lioness.
There's a trope that I've seen a lot of, and it's always like the priest, like turns out to be like, I don't know, the the main girl always loves a priest. I don't know. It's been coming up in a lot of stuff, obviously with Fleabag, and then yeah, that kind of from there I saw it in a bunch of different movies. So that like inspired a bunch of like hot priest movies and stuff like that.
Well, I know we're all looking forward to basting our turkey this upcoming week. So let's get to the good Thanksgiving movies. Some of the best Thanksgiving movies. A lot out
Planes,
there.
trains, and automobiles.
Yep. That's it. That was
Number
my
one
answer.
pick right there, man. That was number one for
Mine
Candy.
too. Yeah, fantastic. Love that
Martin.
combo. John Candy and Steve Martin as a duo that hates each other, and then they finally love each other.
Yeah,
Those two
that ending
knuckleheads.
hits.
Yeah, it really does. It's like, damn.
And that was also John Hughes, right?
Yes, it was. Thanks Killing. I remember watching that like maybe 5 years ago, horror flick. Came out 2008. It's a shitty horror movie, but Thanksgiving movie. Thanksgiving, and of course Thanksgiving that came out last year, Eli Roth. That movie was incredible. Way
I
better
really
than I thought it would
had fun with
be.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, just a great time. Black Friday, Massacre, great characters, great slasher. And that's a new Thanksgiving classic. Do you guys remember watching The Waltons? The
No.
Waltons Thanksgiving. This old TV show like our grandparents watched. They had a Thanksgiving
Right.
episode. John Boy.
I'm thinking about the Family Guy joke with the Waltons. You ever see that one?
No,
I
no,
did,
but
yeah.
I want to see it now because I can only imagine how funny it is.
They always like they're basically I think it's the shot of the outside of the house and all the lights are on and one light goes off. It's like good night and they say good night to all the kids. And
Yeah.
is John Boy one of the kids?
Yes.
Yes. And they John Boy good night and he's not answering. And they John Boy and he's like Jesus Christ, can't a man just jerk off in peace?
Oh,
Hell no.
yeah.
Yeah, because that was the Waltons.
Oh, funny.
At the end of the
Yeah.
episode, it'd be like, good night, John Boy, good night, Mary Ellen, good night, Grandpa. Like all of them, like 12 of
Yeah.
You
them,
just
and all
hear
the
a
lights.
flapping noise.
And you hear it's
Oh,
been the
shit.
Cinephellas Waltons podcast. Sponsored by John Boy.
Sponsored by Sam Walton's Walmart.
Oh my God, I forgot. Adam's Family Values, the second movie. When they were at, what was it, the camp or whatever, they had the whole Thanksgiving kind of scene.
That's right. Adam's
Say-
Family too.
Yeah, the only
Yeah.
one we're kind of seeing is Robert Downey Jr. movie. It's called Home for the Holidays. Holly Hunter was in it, I think. But I
How
don't
was it?
I thought it was okay. But Downey Jr. said he was high as a kite during that filming because that was when he was abusing drugs.
Yeah.
You can kind
Those
of
were his
tell.
coke days. He's kind of got that energy.
Yeah, he's got that loopy energy. Yeah.
What about Charlie Brown's Thanksgiving?
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
Charlie Brown's
definitely.
Thanksgiving. Classic.
You know what else? Rocky 4, because I remember before or on one Thanksgiving they were showing it on like a network, probably not too long after it was in theaters back in the day, and yeah, it was basically the Rocky versus Russia showdown. I remember it had the boxing gloves on the promo for it and stuff. So yeah, for some reason Rocky 4 is a movie that I watch around Thanksgiving time.
What about Thanksgiving tradition? What do you guys do each Thanksgiving?
I usually run. I gotta do like a turkey trot in the morning.
We're doing one this year. Yeah,
Nice.
in the morning.
Cold, man.
I know. Yeah.
Cold.
That
It
is
wasn't
awesome.
bad last year. Now it's gonna be cold.
Go run off that energy, and then you're fucking starving. Come back and eat a bunch of food.
Yeah. Actually, run, go to the family function, sleep from being exhausted, wake up, eat, then fall asleep again from the turkey. That's it. Football.
I always went to my cousin's house for Thanksgiving. So just memories of me and my dad going in and visiting with them, sitting around talking, and the football game's always on in the background.
Yeah.
And then having a awesome dinner.
Yeah, that's a good one. Definitely stuffing our faces, watching football like every Thanksgiving, napping, getting up, playing some video games with the family and friends. Then sometimes we go shopping late on Thanksgiving night, early morning next day. But yeah, usually just hanging out with the family, stuffing our faces. Sometimes we go to the movies, depending on what's out.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, we'll play some video games together. Family time, and it's always a great time. Usually Switch or PlayStation will play a game.
What game?
Last year was Fall Guys. This
Okay.
year, I don't know. Probably Phasmophobia. I was telling you about that ghost hunting game.
Yeah.
We'll be playing that. We're a gaming family, and that's what we do.
Awesome.
So, Kev, what are you thankful for this Thanksgiving?
Obviously podcast, film, TV, entertainment, family. Yeah, it was a good year. I'm looking forward to 2025 with you Wild Boys and seeing all these good movies. Got Fantastic Four coming out. I know in December we'll probably talk about all this, but I can't wait for Fantastic Four.
Oh, yeah. That's
I
something to be
know.
very thankful for. The entertainment, right? Movies, TV shows, video games coming out. Times are crazy in the world, but at least we have entertainment. That's why we do this.
Yeah.
It's always exciting, yeah, to think about what's coming next. Like think about the year that we just had with movies. There's a lot of good ones this year. And then thinking about next year and some of the ones that we're supposed to get and anticipating those, of course. Shows will be ending, and then other shows will be beginning. But yeah, just a fun year of entertainment, of course. And I can't wait. 2025, let's go.
Let's fucking go. 2025. That's right. I'm stoked for next year. Bigger and better things, more videos of these guys to the next level for Cinephellas. Maybe we'll start doing some more video game stuff too, which should be a great time.
What are you playing, Kev? Are you still playing the Mortal Kombat one?
Yeah, I just got PS5 and
Oh, hell yeah.
I got Mortal Kombat 1. And
Awesome.
I'm basically now just learning how to use everyone, see who I fit best with. Maybe I'll do Ghostface. Yeah.
That looks cool. That looks fun.
It's just insane how all this like stuff has advanced. Because I remember the first Mortal Kombat. And yeah,
Yeah.
they're like movies now. It's insane.
Yeah, looks fantastic. I had 11 last one. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Looking forward to the movie too, the second movie. See what they'll do there, and seeing Carl Urban
Johnny
as
Cage, yeah.
Johnny Cage. Be interesting.
Health, for sure.
Yeah.
Health is always important. Family, friends, job, real estate, friends, again, entertainment, and life, the most important.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All those are great. Yeah, family's big, of course. Friends. Yeah, just making sure all my friends are good and wishing everybody the best for the new year. So yeah, I'm thankful for everything, for life. Like you said, that's number one. Not everybody's here still with us. So
That's it.
yep.
Life is important, most important. And also those beautiful faces out there watching us for the past decade. Thankful for all the people supporting us, laughing along with us. I've got a lot of feedback that we're funny, so that's a good thing. We like to have fun doing this and make each other laugh, and especially the audience out there. But of course, thankful for all of you out there, and much, much more to come in 2025.
Love you guys.
Yeah, thanks everybody. We really appreciate you guys, and thanks for sticking with us for all these years.
As we get older, the jokes never die.
They just multiply.
Maybe it's good.
And stay tuned for a new Rap Dads album dropping on Napster January 1st, 2025. Getting lit with it, Algonquin style.
Yep. And watch for track number 7. We got Diddy.
Here's a good popcorn, a giant thing of baby oil.
Yeah.
Featuring baby oil and puppy.
Right.
So real quick, what are you guys watching?
Yeah, I'll start off. I know. I see they live behind you, Henry.
Yes.
That's Carpenter, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I just watched. You probably seen it. The Mouth of Madness.
Oh,
Ooh.
In the Mouth of
yeah.
Madness. Sorry, in the Mouth. Yeah, that shit was awesome. That was really, yeah. My buddy's into Carpenter, and he's like, "Have you ever seen it?" I'm like, "No, I've never seen it." That was a wild movie. That was a really, really wild movie. You guys, both of you have seen it?
It's it's
Yes.
incredible. It's an incredible movie that nobody talks about enough.
Sam Neill's amazing in that movie. I didn't know he was in that.
Fantastic. Yeah. We watched it for 31 days, I think, past
Good.
couple of years. Because
One
we did a
part
lot of
where
Stephen King.
the girl in the movie kind of like turns into a creature, and she's like going on her back and like that was insane. I
Yeah,
was like,
there's some
I
awesome
gotta look
scenes in
down.
there. Neil's awesome in that movie.
Yeah, yeah. So much in that. The Apprentice, I liked. I
I
thought
need to watch it still.
Yeah, I thought Sebastian Stan was a good Trump, but I thought Jeremy Strong, not Mark Strong, like I said
Mhm.
in my review 9 million times. I thought Jeremy Strong was really good in that movie as Roy Cohn. Did you guys see Love Lies Bleeding with Kristen Stewart? But she works at the gym and
No.
yeah, that movie was weird. It was okay. Kind of got stupid at the end. And speaking of the substance, Margot Qualley, she was in this movie called Driveway Dolls. Incredible actress. It's not the same performance at all. Completely different. Have you seen that one?
No, but I
No.
have that one. I have that one on my queue. I know about it.
Yeah, one of the Coen brothers did it.
Damn.
Uh,
Yeah, I need to watch that.
Amelia Perez was cool. I don't know if you guys are interested in that one. That's true. That's a musical. That was good. And I did not care for the Bob Marley movie at all.
One
Because you
love.
didn't have a ganja.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you like his hairpiece?
Yeah, I like this. I like that guy, and like it connects to something else I'm
Yeah.
watching. I like Secret Invasion. I think it's good, but I heard the ending sucks. I heard the last episode's terrible.
Right. Yeah. It loses steam at the end. I remember that. Kingsley Benadire. I think that's his
Yes,
name, right? Yeah.
yeah, he's a good actor. I like him. And yeah, that's pretty much what I've been watching. How about you guys?
Ooh, yeah, quite the list here there, Kev. We just finished the new season of Outer Banks. That show takes place in Outer Banks, North Carolina. It was a pretty good season up until the end. It's kind of silly, but yeah, solid season. I think it's coming back for one more season next year on Netflix. With basically a bunch of kids, treasure hunters, each season finding something different. This season had to do with Blackbeard, the pirate. Really good. I'm finishing up Tulsa King season 2 on Paramount Plus with Sly Stallone. It's been really good. Got a few episodes left of that. Cobra Kai, I need to start that on Netflix. Haven't had a chance yet.
Mm-hmm.
Watched the first few episodes of the new season of Silo with Rebecca Ferguson. That's been incredible so far on Apple TV Plus. We talked about Gladiator too. Love that movie a lot. Going to see Wicked hopefully sometime this week. And that's it. What I'm watching. A lot of TV.
Yeah. You named a lot of the same ones, of course, because we review a lot of those together. But yeah, Tulsa King was really good this season. And I saw Sly is going to do 3 and 4. So that's good. That's going to continue on. I like the chemistry on the show, and it doesn't take itself too seriously. It's like fish out of water, and they've got some good actors to play opposite Stallone. I liked Grillo this year; he was great. Dominic Lombardozzi's character is fantastic too, and I like all the small supporting, like his crew. They're good. Garrett Hedlund's good too. So that's been really strong. Or we finished that one up.
Frank
Oh,
Grillo and who was the other? Headland. They're both in that show, The Tulsa King.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
oh
yep.
shit,
Frank
that's
Grillo was
yes.
new this season, but yeah, he was in it. Garrett Hedlund's been
God
in it
damn,
since
that's
the beginning. Yeah,
I have to watch this.
yeah, it's good, and it's got all of Sheridan uses a lot of the same actors, so you'll see them pop up too, like Michael Beach, like we were talking about. He was in Mayor,
Yeah.
and yeah, so that was really good. One that was like really good and kind of shocked me. I didn't expect it to be as good as it was The Penguin. The series was great. The performances were There's going to be some nominations for sure.
Really?
Um,
It's that good?
yeah, yeah, I've been telling you.
I
Yep,
I,
Oh,
I need to
Kyle,
start it.
Colin and Kristen Milioti, both of them will get
I've raised
nominated
been a
for
lot.
sure.
You know her? I know you know her as maybe the mother, but do you know anything else?
Yeah, Palm Springs, she was in. She was
Wolf.
on some other show I watched too.
He was on the Wolf of Wall Street.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's fantastic as Sophia Falcone. But yeah, it was really well done.
How was the cast change? Because I know John Turturro was not in the show.
I mean, yeah, the first time, the first episode, whenever they showed him, I was like, okay, well, that wasn't Mark Strong with the hairpiece last time. It was John Turturro. So I mean, you kind of have to suspend your belief, but it didn't really bother me. I was like, oh, okay, it's kind of shitty. They couldn't use the same actor, of course, but Strong was still good. I just didn't look anything like Turturro, but not enough to throw you off completely. But yeah, it was good. It's worth it. 8 episodes. Awesome arc for the character too, and you kind of see why he is how he is, like his relationship with his mom and stuff. But it's good. It's like a mob show, really. So check that out. I've been watching Schitt's Creek. I'm in season 5. I'm like 5 or 6 episodes in on that. Been loving that series.
Watch or
Fun. What's that? First time.
rewatch? Oh,
No,
really?
first
Oh, yeah.
time.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That show's awesome.
Yeah, it really is.
I
I'm
like that
super
show.
into it. Yeah, it's been really funny and like all the characters and actors and everybody. Landman, we just checked out the Taylor Sheridan one. The first 2 episodes dropped last week, and they're both really good. It's a high quality show. John Hamm, Demi Moore, Michael Pena was in that first episode. I mean, this is an insane cast.
Oh,
Billy Bob
wow.
Thornton was fantastic. Love the relationship with his daughter. His daughter doesn't
How's,
give a shit, give an F.
how's John
um,
Hamm?
he didn't do a lot in the first couple episodes. He's kind of like the agent, kind of negotiator, kind of big manager guy of
Okay.
yeah, that talks to Billy Bob's character. But he's great, of course. Like you buy it, you're like, okay, yeah, he is just like you'd figure a billionaire would act. So yeah, that's another winner. Yellowstone is back. We're a couple episodes in. The first episode it was a little shaky, especially seeing what happened with Costner's character. But I think last week's episode was really good. It was like, okay, this can still be really good without Costner. Just focus on the story of these people, and that's what they did. So we're enjoying that
Oh, she
season.
was
There's only 6 episodes, so
she was very good in here. Kelly Riley from
oh
Yellowstone.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yep.
liked her here. She did a good job.
Yeah, she's good. She was in the Sherlock movies too. She was one of their
Yeah,
wives.
yeah.
Yeah. So she's British, but yeah, she's definitely not British in Yellowstone. She's fantastic in it and just complete nutcase. So that's been awesome that's back. That's going to be ending in like I think December 15th. So watch out for that review. Silo, like you mentioned, that's really awesome. I wasn't familiar with the books, but now that I know it's like a series and they know where it's going, I'm fully invested. And Rebecca Ferguson's awesome. Great cast, Tim Robbins and Cobra Kai. Like you mentioned, I binged that, and it was a good little 5 episodes, part 2 of 3. It's going to wrap up with the next 5, but these episodes are really cool. They are in Spain. There's a big tournament. It's not like what you expect. It's not like a one-on-one tournament. Like they have free for all battles out there, so it's action packed. I liked it a lot better than the first 5 episodes. And there's a Miyagi AI scene that will
Oh,
kind of
really?
throw you off. It doesn't look great, but it's still decent.
With Silo, my friend says that the accent work with Rebecca Ferguson is not that good. She has an she has an American accent in the show.
She has an American accent, yeah. I don't
Okay.
know. It's not. She doesn't have a lot of dialogue. I'd say like there aren't a lot of speech sequences. It's more action usually. She's always doing something. But no, I wasn't thrown off by it. I didn't notice it. What about you, Logan?
No.
No.
Yeah, like you said, there's not a lot of dialogue with hers, especially. So I didn't notice anything. What was unbelievable is Tim Robbins playing the head of IT. Like a fucking should be a
uh,
professor at Harvard or something.
at Hogwarts. Yeah.
Hogwarts.
uh,
Now that's unbelievable.
right.
Oh, I finished Community. I rewatched it.
Rewatch. How was it? The rewatch.
It
Did you like
was
it as much?
yeah, yeah. I Jonathan Banks. I loved him in that show. He was really a good addition
What is he like? Like, what's his personality like? Is he kind of like the gruff kind of, or is he
in the
like a teddy
show
bear?
in Community.
Yeah, I've never
Oh,
seen it.
he's Mike. He's Mike from just
Oh,
take
okay.
Mike from Breaking Bad and put
Same
him.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, because there's an episode where they do it's an app called Meow Meow Likes. So it's like five cats, like with the thing we do with the hair pieces, and you rate people based on the amount of cats you fill in. And he's like a vet from Vietnam, and he's like, I know we can't choose what we're outraged about, but I fought in a war for this country, and this, and he just makes a weird noise, and it's hilarious. Yeah, it's putting Mike into the craziness of the Community.
That's
Yeah.
funny. Does he work with Chevy in there at all?
No, he replaces
Oh,
Chevy because Chevy
oh
leaked.
okay.
Yeah, and then one season it's him. Then the other season it's what the hell's that? Logan, did you watch Community? Did you watch Community?
No.
You should watch it. Who played Keith David? It's Keith David and this chick from Law and Order. I forgot her name. And they kind of do the Chevy Chase stuff.
I watched
Was
the
Chevy
first
like,
season. Yeah, the first season when it came out. I never
uh,
watched any others.
was Chevy an a-hole or what? What's the
Oh
story with
yeah,
this
yeah.
character? Oh, okay.
Oh, the character, yeah, the character's a clueless old man who goes back to college because he's a millionaire, and he just wants to make friends, but he's like an asshole. He has no social cues, and he's old fashioned as far as like the way he views women, and he says anything's on his mind. He makes fun of like Donald Trump for being black, the Indian character for being a terrorist.
Ah,
Like there's a one, so the Indian guy, they're trying to get him late because he's kind of awkward, and everyone's trying to be nice about it. And Chevy Chase is like, listen, I'll be the one to tell you how it really is. You're a 25-year-old Arab virgin. Either way the story ends, it's going to be an explosion.
oh, wow.
Yeah. I can't.
That's
Yeah, you
funny.
should watch it. You should watch Community. It's good.
Yeah, it's like Schitt's Creek for me. I want to go back and watch some of those
It's
shows that I
fun.
didn't watch. Community's always on people's lists. Like I watch Parks and Rec and The Office. Those two I feel like everybody needs to watch too. Like glad I watched those kind of shows. But yeah, Community is one of those that I need to definitely check out.
And I'm almost done with My Name Is Earl.
Oh yeah. I watched that back in the day. That was good
Oh, you
too.
did watch it?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, the third. I like in the fourth season how they recognize how wacky and out of control the third season got.
yeah.
Because he was in
Yep.
prison for half the season, then he was in the coma. I thought Alyssa Milano was awful in that show.
Oh, yeah. Pretty
Yeah.
bad. Yeah.
And then I just started rewatching with my friend Eastbound and Down.
Oh man, that would be a fun one to revisit.
So good.
Jeez. You guys need to check out Righteous Gemstones. That's if you like Danny McBride especially. That show's hilarious. Walton Goggins.
Walton Goggins is the reason I'm going to watch it.
It's yeah, if you're fans of like Eastbound and Down,
Vice
um,
Principals.
yeah, any of that, you'll love it. It's hilarious. And the way they deal with like the church stuff. They like make fun of it, but like they don't like it won't offend you like if you have beliefs or anything, but just like the way they approach it's hilarious. Like always trying to make money and Baby Billy is Walton Goggins' character. He's Uncle Baby Billy, and he comes up with like a Bible, um, like a game show, and he calls it Baby Billy's Bible Bonkers, and they play like on the TV, like it's like a game show that they film. It's all funny.
Yeah,
It's hilarious. So,
he has a really good episode in Community. Walter Goggins.
mhm.
Yeah,
Does he?
yeah.
He pops up in that. Wow.
He was the villain in Justified, right?
Yep, Boyd Crowder.
I didn't watch that. My friend said that's a good show.
It was, and they just had one that they did. It took place in Detroit, and Boyd showed up at the end.
Oh,
And
damn.
the way it ends, it could set up like another series with those two going after each other. Raylan and Boyd, the classic villain, good guy story.
Yeah, I forgot about the Penguin, so I'll have to binge that. And then Cobra Kai too. Knock those out. Be good
It
ones
was
to
good. The
review.
Penguin was surprisingly good, so definitely check it out.
You know how me and Molly are. We'll knock it out in 2 days.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Over Thanksgiving break, I'm sure.
Yeah. Get Cobra Kai done.
We have Dune Prophecy that like I know of, but I like honestly, I'm like, I don't even know if I want to start this at this point. Eventually, maybe, but I don't think it's gonna add or take anything away from the movies.
Got the dude from Vikings in it, so I'm pretty excited for it. And plus, I love
Oh,
Dune.
yeah.
And I'm reading the book right now too, the first one. So
Oh, is it
really
Frank
good.
Herbert? Yeah.
Yeah, the OG. It's like Star Wars before Star Wars. It's written really, really great, and only 100 pages in so far, but enjoying it. Getting ready for that TV show on Max. So that might be a binge for me. I may wait till the end and just watch it all at once.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for that.
So thank you guys for watching Cinephellas podcast episode 171. Uncle Kev just took a drink there. Let's all take a drink and cheers to the Thanksgiving holiday, to everybody that is with us and without us, and to Uncle Bob and Niall, Armando. Happy Thanksgiving, boys. We missed you. We'll see you on the next one.
Happy Thanksgiving, and thankful for all of you. Until next
Cheers.
time.
Until next time. Cheers.